Hello, 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 party people.
Hi,
everyone. And look who we have today. We have
Hey,
let us all welcome Mother Stream. Decided to come join us today.
multitasking, much like the rest of us.
Yes.
I know. I had to do freaking laundry, and I had to make breakfast while they started school, and it's just like, but it's
you and Diana both are all busy.
Yeah.
I'm like spinning my wheels.
And it's just like,
yep. All right, so today we are going to be discussing.
I'm like spinning my wheels.
Season 2, episode 2.
Yep. I'll be right back, you guys.
All right. Okay.
What's going on? What's all that noise?
I don't know. What is all that noise?
Not me. What's on?
Somebody's TV?
It's not me. I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird TV.
It's weird.
Callie?
I don't know who that is.
It wasn't there. I'm alone. Well,
there we go.
I'm looking.
Luke is here.
Oh, yes. One of our many mascots. All right. So today,
me.
We are going to be discussing
Asylum.
Season 2, Episode 2, entitled Tricks and Treats.
And do you realize we glazed or skipped over yesterday, so I want to mention that before we get started because nobody pointed it out. We glazed over Jude forcing Wendy to sign Lana into the asylum. We just talked about Lana being at the asylum or going back. So we forgot that whole part.
I was going back.
And that's a major part because of why she threatens her with it and everything.
Yeah.
I have no respect for Wendy for signing that document. And I just want to say, I know there's people out there that just like, well, she didn't know. And it was, the early 60s or late 60s. That was
still sold her out. She sold her out.
I still don't have respect for Wendy.
How could you do that to somebody you love, regardless?
Regardless of when it was.
Like, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I don't want people to know I'm gay, so I'm going to send you to prison. And it's the same kind of thing, except worse, actually. Worse because of the way they treat them.
Church, or excuse me, not state at that time, but a church-run mental institution. I know a family member who has been in a mental institution. That shit literally, and they have seen American Horror Story. So it is something that we've sat down and talked about, and they have heavily agreed that the asylums are very terrible places to be. Even those sanctioned, just run by government or privatized, they are still very terrible places.
Yeah.
Regardless of who runs it, they tend to treat those people like trash. They just medicate them and put them in the corner, and they don't. And I'm not going to say that's everybody, because I'm sure there are some doctors or nurses or people, aides, whatever, that want to help, that really want to make a difference, like there is in every field. But the majority is their hands are tied, so people don't care anymore.
Yeah, well, I think, and not to be on Wendy's side, because I'm not at all. But I think it's because she said, if I told the rest of them, you would lose your job too. So not only would Lana be screwed, so would you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made her break.
Mary, is that Valley?
Yeah, that's the 7-year-old right now.
Oh my goodness.
Saturday, so yeah.
Yeah, we all wanted her not to be such a pushover.
You're right, Di. You're right. You're totally right, though.
Yeah,
but she didn't. It wasn't even about Lana anymore. She's like, if you don't tell me, if you don't do
this, yeah, everybody's gonna find out. Everybody's gonna find out about you, and
nobody wants their children taught by a lesbian.
Nope, not in 1964.
Nope,
not in 1960. I guess not.
Yeah,
shoot, not in 1984.
No.
Oh yeah, that's very true, Mike.
It was really wasn't until the late 90s
now
that attitude started to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And can I just tell you, did anybody else besides me here go to Catholic school their whole life? Because I did.
Nope.
I know people that did. I know
I
people
went to
that
Catholic
did.
school from kindergarten until high school. I graduated from St. Genevieve. I started at St. Bernadette's, and then I went to St. Genevieve. And, you know, these nuns, we didn't have any quite like Jude, but that cane existed. I got that.
In England, when I grew up in England, I went to base school, like American military school. They were allowed to whip us in on that.
Oh
school.
yeah, well, because you were on the base.
Yeah.
But yeah, Catholic school was what my whole life was Catholic school.
Shoot, if I walked into Catholic school, I'd burned up.
Honestly, I didn't mind it. I didn't have a lot of trouble. I made a lot of great friends. I didn't have to wake up in the morning and figure out what to wear to go to school. I could just wake up, put on my uniform, and walk out the door, which is really kind of cool when you want to sleep in.
All right.
Well,
So, Debbie is with you.
Debbie and I have Catholic girls right here.
Hey,
Okay, so
Debbie.
where are we at?
Hey, Big Red. Who else
we
is
at
here?
Debbie.
It's BRT, Debbie, and BRT and Debbie.
BRT and Debbie. Yep.
Others may
Our
come in, I think.
You guys.
Here. All right. So the episode opens. We get to see Teresa and Leo.
Leo missing an arm.
Yeah, Leo's looking pretty sad.
And then we see
No,
Bloody face.
Leo's dead. Leo's
No,
basically dead.
No, he's not
No,
dead.
no, I'm saying basically. He's lost a lot of blood very quickly.
poor Adam Levine. And little baby bloody face, or we don't know who this is yet. He comes in and he starts chasing Rebecca, or whatever her name is.
Well, yeah, she ends up
I
in
like that little baby bloody face.
Yeah.
Of course it
And
is,
she ends up in the death chute and ends up watching her husband being stabbed to death. Now he's dead.
That'll teach you to go fucking in haunted houses.
Yeah.
Abandoned places, most likely. I just say
That's
not places, but abandoned places. That's just
Anywhere you no. Listen, anywhere you can get a rusty nail in your ass. I'm sorry, Mary. Forgive me, Val, but you don't go there and do that.
exactly. No, that should be a life lesson, Valley. Don't go anywhere where you can get a rusty nail in your butt, sweetie.
That's right. That's right. Remember that.
The first place I ever had sex was in a construction house with fiberglass. True story. Wasn't fun.
I'm sorry. what?
Sure did. A construction house, half-built house with fiberglass.
Yeah.
Wasn't fun. And we went to a party afterwards. We were at this party, like, what the hell's going on? I thought I got an STD.
Oh, I can imagine.
That should be a whole nother.
That's
That's a whole nother stream.
Barry's like,
So
oh,
anyway,
God.
back to the asylum.
What are you making, Mary?
Well, this episode, speaking of that, we'll keep it clean, but this episode I was noticing is
We ever keep it clean.
more sexual.
Keep it clean. It's
than
American
anything
Horror
else.
Story.
Yeah, this is an incredibly graphically sexual episode.
Mhm.
Oh
Really,
yeah.
I did not remember it being this graphic.
Yeah, this one.
Like,
This one is harsh.
yeah, it's really,
From
really,
beginning
really
to
hard.
end. Don't blink because you're gonna miss something.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
again,
very
we
true.
crammed a lot in.
Yeah. Because,
Okay,
Yes,
so-
Debbie said they made a really hot couple before he lost the arm. Absolutely.
oh, I
That's the whole idea.
know. That was
Yeah.
a-
Damn, anybody is a hot couple already. There you go. What do you mean? 'Cause who's looking at anybody else?
well. It's Adam Levine. What do you expect?
Right.
Well, and it's also Jenna Dewan. I mean, come on.
yeah.
You can have it.
I
Okay,
like
so
the way the
Adam
two
Levine's dead.
played
Now what?
out simultaneously. You know, AHS is pretty well known for doing that. You know, they do it pretty well, I should say. They shouldn't do it every season, but they did it, in my opinion, beautifully with telling the two stories in the
Oh,
two
I loved it with this season.
lines.
Yeah.
Because they used the asylum, they used Briarcliff to tell those stories, wherever room they were in. Then all of a sudden it became the room when it existed. It was really cool.
Right.
So what happens?
So this is also the episode where we get introduced to Dr. Threat.
Oh, here we go. Zach Quinto.
Yeah.
Dr.
The
Fredson.
top-billed
Yeah.
actor,
Mhm.
the star of this season.
He comes in to interview Kit.
He comes in to interview Kit.
Every time I watch Zach Quinto, he gets better and better. The man is immaculately talented.
He's
Biggest
amazing
asshole on the
actor.
planet,
He's just
but
an
he's
asshole in real
immaculately
life.
he's amazing. There's a couple, knowing what his story pans out to be in this season, and just having watched him from Murder House, the subtleties that he does with his eyes with this character right away, it's like it's so telling. I mean, he tells his entire story with his eyes. It is amazing. Guys, so
if you're paying attention, you can figure it out. But when we were watching it the first time around, we're like,
the first time around, you're like,
we've never seen
he's the hero.
We haven't seen him act like that.
Well, you think he's either the hero or he's meek. He's getting walked all over. You don't know quite where he's fitting in. But then it's there. It's in his eyes. Oh, he's evil.
mm-hmm.
So I definitely fell for his act whenever they first introduced him. Whenever I saw Asylum the first time, did you guys fall for it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. BRT said that too. He loved Thredson. He thought he was going to be the hero. So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never assumed they would put their villain as top billed either. I was like, Zach Quinto's.
And I mean, I know we're not there yet, but I love the way they reveal it later. We'll talk about that later, but I just love the way they reveal it.
Yeah.
I think the other big thing about this episode was the possession.
The what?
Possession.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The whole back half of the episode.
That's really early on.
Well, there's
about halfway through. Yeah.
That's early when the couple comes in, because that's right after Thredson gets done interviewing Kit, because he's still there and he overhears them talking to the couple, and that's when he steps in and Jude's like, he tells Jude, you need a psychiatrist here, blah blah blah.
And of course Jude's not having any of it because she's like, you're stepping on my toes. What are you doing here? Go away.
Timothy was all over it. He's like, yes, we use you. Go here. Please, everybody come in. But where's Arden in all this? Why didn't anybody call Arden?
It starts outside with him and
Mary Eunice.
I know he's there. He's there at the whole thing. He's doing his crazy shit the whole time. But Timothy didn't call for him. Like, they didn't have a doctor on staff. And then you didn't call for him. It's weird.
Well, because Sister Jude doesn't want to call him for anything.
I know.
But Mary Eunice even points out when we see later that, she tells Dr. Arden when he sees her at the end, when he sees her in the infirmary, and he tells her, or she tells him, I called for you.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah.
I didn't. And he's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't come or whatever. But the thing is, like you said, the doctor on staff, even if she passed out, why wouldn't he have been there?
Oh, so Satan was calling for her. Okay.
Well, so I guess we should go back to when he was with her when they were feeding the creatures.
Right.
And he has a caramel apple in his hamper.
Candy apple. That's right.
Yeah.
And they called it a candy apple, but it was for sure brown.
The ravishing red candy apple.
No, it wasn't red. I just watched it. It was caramel.
Just caramel. Yeah.
They messed it up there. It should have been the red one, but it wasn't. It was a caramel apple instead.
I thought it was the red apple.
No, I mean, I watched it like 10 minutes ago.
And I just watched it. Yeah, me too. And I just watched it. You'd think I would have seen that. Okay.
I was just like, oh my God, it wasn't even. Anyway, the whole point was, the Satan giving the angel, the tempting the woman in the Garden of Eden. I mean,
right.
Yeah, I like that. Not only that, but the parallels of that whole kind of the concept was going on all episode. You had the introduction of Satan and Satan, tempting and then going into this young innocent woman, and at the same time you saw Jude's temptress and all that stuff. There was a lot of temptation stuff that was going on in this episode.
Yeah, that's what the whole episode was all about, was the back and forth between
temptation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get there, but we get Shelley's backstory, and some of it we get some of Jude's backstory.
Let's make this easier this episode. Let's just piece together just people's stories. So we got the possession. We'll talk about that last. So let's do Arden. So Arden's story is really freaking twisted this episode. This is where we see him hire the prostitute.
Yep.
He hires the prostitute, and basically we start to see it unravel that this man is we got a weird feeling about him, but now we know this man is up to some really evil, sinister stuff. Because when the prostitute shows up, she's like basically just trying to do a regular job. You know, I'll dance for you, or I'll do this. He's like, no, you'll do this. And if for a second there, the show's trying to lead you to believe that he's Babyface. Because he starts saying there's a killer on the loose, and he's cutting it up, and he's cutting that steak.
I like it.
Yeah. You know,
So,
he's carving the roast beef and it's like almost raw. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's just such the creep factor there, man. It's just you just want to like you're screaming at the screen, get the fuck out, get the fuck out.
run,
The guy has a really big knife and it's really sharp.
Really creepy. Did he ask her to put on the nun's dress before dinner?
Yes. No, after
dinner.
They had dinner. She said she wasn't going to drink the wine. And as soon as she said she wasn't going to drink the wine, he got all freaked out. He's like, yo, sit down. Blah, all this crazy stuff. And then the next scene, when we come back to him, she's in the bedroom changing because he's going to put on the habit stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when she brought through his stuff and finds the pictures of the women tied up in his room.
Yeah.
She freaks out and she fights back, attacking him in splits. But
so Mike, wait. So since she didn't drink the wine, like you said, she got upset. He got upset when she wouldn't drink the wine. Do you think he was going to poison her? Because like obviously she had the pictures and she saw what he had done.
She hadn't seen it yet, though. She hadn't seen the pictures yet.
No, but I still think he was going to drug her.
I know, but I'm saying we know that he had obviously tied up women and done things, you know. So do you think that's what it was? Why he was mad about the wine? He was going to drug her?
Sure.
I think so. Make it easier for him. He couldn't get to her with a needle like he does the other people.
Yeah.
Well,
I think even if he didn't plan on killing her, even if he didn't want to kill her, he might have wanted to drug her to make her compliant for what he wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind he was trying to roofie her.
And can I honestly say how much I
was one way
to have James Cromwell come back to the show because hello.
But we'd have to have it in because nobody will see him as anything else.
But no, go 6 feet under.
So,
but he's this little meat old man. You know, he's really cool 6 feet under.
Is that Cookie?
Is that Mary's dog?
That's Cookie.
So. Okay, so she escapes, and then we'll get one more scene with Arden later, but that has to do with Mary Eunice, and I will call her Sister Devil later.
Sister Devil.
So now we got and Alma and Kit and Grace and so Lana.
Oh my God, Debbie said Slipper some Cosby. Debbie said slipped her some Cosby.
Good box. So Lana.
Oh no!
Grace, she thinks Grace can help her escape. Grace is willing. They're in these bathtubs after they got caned or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, it burns." And Grace cuts herself out and cuts Lana out, and then they're all naked, and we got this big lesbian moment. And it's like, they did it, and it's just unnecessary. I was like, come on now.
They do plenty of gay boys. They need to do gay girls too.
Well, and just
why not, right?
A side note, I want to point out
naked people around.
Grace's character. I forget her name. I have it written down too. But anyway, yes.
That's Shelley.
No. Grace's character. She's a French actress, and it's funny. Until I knew that, I didn't know many times. But watching it now, since we released days ago, I've noticed her French accent flips out, so you hear her actual accent when she's talking sometimes, which is really. I thought that was really cool.
That's like me with Tom Holland. Very, very, very seldom Tom Holland will slip into his British accent. You'll hear it a little bit.
Yeah.
So Lana and Grace, they're going to do a mass breakout, right? So here we go. But Grace tells her at some point, look, if we're gonna get out, like Lana says she knows the way. She knows the whole shoot and everything. We're gonna go out the death shoot. And Grace says you're crazy, but
because she knows the secret way because Eunice let her in.
Yeah.
She's not in. And so Grace says, I'll go, but Kit's got to go with us. And Lana says, hell no, Bloodyface ain't going. What's the matter with you? He kills women. And Grace is like, no, he didn't do it. And Lana's like, yeah, he did. And so we got this. This later on, there's going to be all the doors opened up because of the possession, and they go to escape. And this is so, I hated Lana at this moment. I really hated Lana. And then I thought to myself, well, the bitch will get hers later. So I could not believe that she was everything in her mind was to escape. She needs to go find out about her girlfriend. She needs to go about her life. She needs to flee for her safety. But she's so wrapped up in Kit's guilt that she would rather throw all of that away because she doesn't want this man out murdering other women. And she's got no way to prove this except for what society has told her that this man did this thing. Same crap that's happened to her. Society is telling her about her life and that she can't be doing these things. It's this real tit for tat that's going on with these characters is very interesting. But Lana gives them up. They go to escape, and Lana calls the authorities or the text in, help! The murderer's getting away, and they beat the hell out of Kit. And I was like, knowing that Kit's innocent, it's just it's so frustrating to watch that happen. And I forgot that.
Well, there's a lot of frustrating things that happened this episode.
But we don't know that Kit's innocent yet.
No. And it's disappointing in Lana's character most of all. Most of all is to see somebody that's so independent, somebody that's fighting so much for the right thing and to get the story and to do all this stuff, to just be so zeroed in on that one issue that this man's a murderer, and there's no other thought. Everything goes closed off for her. And
it just shows how the character develops. She's like thinking one way, and then it's a great way to show her character becoming, to be from the beginning to the end.
Guys, I'm going to be loud very quick, so I'm just going to hit the mute button. Sorry. I'm going to be loud very quickly, so I'm just going to hit the mute button real fast. I'm listening and still in. I'll hit it back in a second. Yeah.
So that's everybody's story, I think, except for the possession people. We'll get to them. Kit, Grace, Lana.
Well, because Kit takes the caning for Grace.
For caning. Yeah, Kit takes the caning for doing what?
For Grace.
For the escape.
That's Evan Peters' famous story. Evan Peters tells that story all the time. When they filmed that scene with all of them there, I guess he gave Jessica Lange and Sarah Paulson full-on ball shot because he wasn't wearing any underwear and that thing. He tells that story all the time. When you hear Evan tell that story. It's so funny.
So BRT said, I think they showed us Lana went in as a naive reporter who barely skins the truth. And her time at Briarcliff taught her what she needs to later become an amazing reporter, which is completely true.
Yep.
Well said, BRT.
Even when she comes back to the expose before she's huge, before the expose makes her huge, you can tell she's going back for the right reasons. I mean, she wants the story, but she's going back for the people, and she cares about the people. Yeah,
Lana at this point that we're seeing her right here in these first couple of episodes. She's typical American. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't realize she's so fucked.
Remember, even in her private life, she was the exact same way. When her and her girlfriend were kissing by the window, the girlfriend was like, "We got to close the window," and Lana's like, "Don't worry about it. What are you worried about?"
And did you notice they did show the window open when that happened for a reason? That's definitely very important to remember later on.
Next few episodes are later on the season.
All the little details that matter. Did we say who directed and who wrote this one?
No, I didn't.
No, we did not.
So it's directed by Bradley.
Okay.
And it was written by James Wong.
Oh, That's why. James Wong. Okay, so let's talk the possession. All right. So we've got this young kid that comes in that Jude is automatically classifying him as and that's it. That is the answer to the question. He's this, he needs to be and it'd be over it. And Monsignor and are like, no, something's up with this some weird stuff, right? So they go in the room, and this is once again one of those episodes where we see this team, Brad and Brian and stuff really paid tribute to a classic. This was The Exorcist. I mean, when they come to that room, they come to scenes, the cinematography. This was a love story to The Exorcist, and I think more graphic than what The Exorcist was. There's some really, really intense stuff that was here.
Well, I mean, I saw The Exorcist when it came out. I was 12, and my mother made me promise. To this day, my father doesn't know that my mother took me to see The Exorcist when it came out in the movie theater when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
My mom took me to see the Amityville Horror when I was like 6 weeks old.
I left crying out of that movie. When the guy started peeling his face, I freaked out in the movie theater.
Yep.
Lost my mind.
Well, so, and very Catholic school. So she made us, it was me and my friend, because my mom wanted to go and she couldn't leave us home. She could leave the little ones home, but I was 12. So I was like old enough to know when I could tell on her. So I made her take me. And
mom sounds so awesome.
Blackmail.
Yeah, we had such a crazy relationship when we had her.
How did it affect you, though?
How did it affect you?
Here's the thing. I am not. We don't talk a lot about religion. I definitely am a Christian person. I was so happy at the end because I was like, "Yay, God, you're going to win! You're going to win! You're going to win!" And He did. I was looking at it from a totally different perspective. Like all the people who are sitting in this theater who don't believe in God, look what just happened. Look what He did. Look how He triumphed in the end. So it honestly didn't affect me because I was not looking at it like a horror movie. I was looking at it like it really happened. And I was trying to prove to other people that God existed. So a totally different spin.
Okay, very quickly. Here's how it ruined me. So it starts out typically, I'm on YouTube. And some guy has posted this badass video essay about what he thinks was the true reason behind The Exorcist. And it wasn't that Reagan was possessed or that she was, doing this for attention, but it was because she was the victim of her father's sexual abuse. And it was like, oh my God. And I was
probably could fit too, huh?
That's like dark and deep. I mean, and it was actually pretty accurate. Yeah. It's great. It's like an hour, or it's like probably like 30 to 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's very well articulate, and he's very compelling. He is, and you go through the book and the movie, and it's very compelling the way that he presents it versus the Christian nature. That's not what it really was about, but it was just that was what soothed the problem for the real problem, which was the sexual abuse. Now, he didn't say it was from her father, but a lot of the viewers of the video pointed out, like Captain Howdy, and her father's name was Howard. And of course, she never saw him. And, there was just certain things. Certain things they pointed out. And so once I saw that, I was like, I kind of want to go back now to thinking it was just, it's the devil,
It just, in 1974, it was just so beyond what anybody had ever tried to do.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it till I was a teenager, so it was well past. That was 90s when early 90s when I saw it, and the movie didn't affect me. I actually laughed at the movie because we were so beyond special effects and whatnot. The book bothered me to death. The book was the only thing. There's only been two things that's ever scared me, and that is two books: Gerald's Game and The Exorcist. When I was reading The Exorcist, I was in the bathtub reading that freaking black mass, that full black mass that's printed in The Exorcist, and I was like, oh hell no, I don't think I should be reading this mess. I don't think it should be in the house.
Well, you shouldn't have been reading it in the bathtub for sure.
It messed me up for a while.
Gerald's Game belongs in the freezer.
Gerald's Game, that was the only book I ever threw down. I threw down Gerald's Game when that mess happened in the courtroom. It freaked me out. Oh my God, he got me on that book. I was like, God, no, don't touch it. That thing will burn you.
All right, so
the movie was so good.
We have to give serious props to all the actors during the possession scene because, my God,
they were phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh my God, the kid who did this exorcism. Oh my God, just the physicality and stuff they put him through was amazing, absolutely amazing. But okay, so let's talk to the possession. So it starts out. It's a love letter to The Exorcist. It really kind of follows the same plane that The Exorcist did.
Absolutely.
So you've got the kid coming in. He's now. Are they telling us in the show with Eunice? Is this Satan or is this a demon?
No, it's the devil.
If this is Satan and he's this powerful in the American Horror Story franchise, why the hell is Michael even born? If Satan himself can do this mess.
And if Satan himself can bring back freaking Richard Ramirez and Michael Langdon, why couldn't he do it after Michael got run over by an SUV?
He likes to play games. He likes to play games. Think about it. It's the devil.
Or you can see it, the fact that that when the good overcomes the evil can't come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah. Because it does happen by the end, yeah. So okay, so we got
whether and you notice he.
We lost Di.
We lost her. Come on, Di.
It's very typical
because they don't want to cross over.
Yeah.
As much as they call back to religion and all of these things, they don't actually say it.
Yeah. No.
What are you? Ooh, that's good, Mara.
Well,
yeah. Usually they mean the kids like it when I make calls from scratch.
So it starts out with a little bit just questioning, just like The Exorcist did. Is this kid really possessed? Is what's going on? You know, what are we doing? And then we get in the room, and Timothy's convinced that we need an exorcism. I don't know if he truly believes, though. Yeah, no, I don't know. He's kind of, where's the doctor? We need the medicine. And so Timothy and Zach go in there. What the hell's his name?
Jeb. BRT said it. Jeb.
Yeah, Jeb is the possessed kid.
Thank you, BRT.
And so Thredson and Timothy, then Jude wants to go in there, and Jude wants to be in there and just whipping the whip and beating this kid. And Timothy says, no, you need to get out of here, because the kid starts responding to Jude. And telling Jude he sees something in her, and that's where we start hearing that first kind of demonic. And he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's when we get backstory on Jude.
Linda Blair everywhere.
Yeah. He kicks Jude out of the room first, and he says, you need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. You need to go tend to the family. And Jude's like, all right. And then that's when Jude goes tend to all the other mess she's doing. So now we just have the two guys in there. We have Timothy and we have Thredson in there. And basically we kind of have this religion versus science, faith versus medicine kind of thing going on, because Thredson, he just wants to give medicine and knock this kid out, whereas Timothy thinks that he should do the exorcist. And then we go through the rigmarole. We got this demon or Satan who is really taunting these guys and throwing crap around the room and the possession and it's
I just want to say, Michael, very quickly, that the reason why Thredson wanted to knock out Jeb was because Jeb made a comment about
liking his work.
Yeah. Bloody face.
There's so much bloody face in there that you just, if you'd known, because you see Zach's eyes.
He was the bloody face, yeah. So I missed that. Did anybody catch that when they?
I did the first time around, no.
Not in the beginning.
No,
not until I watched it over again.
Yeah. There is so much. Like we were talking about the first season, him being a ghost. It was revealed right away, episode 1. All the clues are there. They're all planned there.
Yeah, but the first time we're watching it, we're not necessarily paying attention to it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. So I don't know anything. Well, okay, so we got the possession. We got the reveal of bloody face that nobody caught. We got Timothy's lack of faith. I think he makes some kind of comment or just some kind of thing that Timothy's really not on board or not. He's got a different intention behind him or something that the kid was saying. And then you have why did the boys leave? The guys leave at some point, and Jude comes in there by herself.
I think maybe they go out to take it. Don't they have to get the other priest because he can't do it?
Need to get another priest because they had to take the priest to the infirmary.
Just like in The Exorcist, they got to get the old guy because Timothy can't handle.
Can't handle it on his own.
And so then the noise starts going in the room, and people started screaming, and it's going crazy. And Mary Eunice goes in there, and she's like, ah! And then Jude comes in, and Jude's like, get out of here. And that's when he focuses right on Jude. And this is where we get the meat of the episode, and that is Jude's backstory. And through this possession, we get Jude's backstory, which is so tragic. This is the start of our really love.
As soon as they show her with her backstory, you see all of that ravish me red, the dress, the lips, the beautiful blonde long curls. Like, Jessica Lange just looked gorgeous in that scene.
Right at the heart of her, right at the very, very peak of her lust, debauchery, free life, drugs, alcohol, whatever. The right at the pinnacle of it, and where she's probably the happiest and the miserable at the same time. Then you start seeing that stuff's kind of going bad around her. She was a nightclub singer or something.
Yeah, she's singing at the club.
She's singing at a club.
This is the first time we see Jessica Lange sing.
Yes,
not the last, but the first. I believe she didn't sing in Murder House.
And there's a band issue; they can't use her anymore, or she's drinking too much.
I think she slept with all the guys in the band, honestly, and they want to get rid of her.
Yeah, so now she's distraught, and this is where you see her in the Ravishing Red. And she's got the lipstick, and she's got she's far from a nun. Anything far from a nun.
Well, she left the bar drunk because she was hitting on the sailor, and the sailor said she said let's leave or take me out of here or something, and he said I got to go home to my baby.
My baby's asleep.
Yeah, my baby's asleep, or my baby's at home, something like that. Yeah. So, and then that's when she got upset, and then they show her just boozing it up and completely wasted,
and kills that little girl. And then
she leaves.
And that was brutally filmed. Like, God, gee, I didn't realize that was so graphic at the time either. I remember that being that graphic. I mean, that was more graphic than Addie's hit and run or accident.
Mm-hmm.
So we are led to believe this little girl's dead, and
well, but so she was. Oh, so what did you? So she was wasted. She got in a car and she hit somebody.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice the theme of hit and runs in AHS?
Right.
A lot of them.
Yeah, Ryan, done hit and run somebody.
No, seriously. Like, do you think maybe like it's a personal thing with Ryan, where like maybe a family member or somebody or something?
Yeah, you never know.
Or it's just relationship with her son, and hit and runs are definitely a thing with Ryan Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Maybe he's just comfortable filming them. Maybe he likes the effect of it. And he's really, because he does them really well. They're filming great.
Ryan Murphy. I just like hit and runs. Come on.
Look at the crap.
No, but I mean, this is you saw this one. Maybe somebody was killed by a drunk driver. Because I mean, the whole reason that her life is a mess is because she's an alcoholic.
Yeah, right. And she cannot deal with the guilt of what she's done. And this is where we learned that, oh my God, Jude has a conscience. And Jude actually really cares, because when she comes back into Jeb and Jeb starts telling her, all the stuff that you didn't even go back for her. You didn't even know that she was alive or dead or, whatever. Jude loses her shit. She's just, she was literally going to beat the Satan out of him. I mean, she just, and it's because of the guilt that she had for drinking and driving and not going back after this kid. So that drives Jude's entire character for the entire season, is that one accident.
Right.
And it is an amazing performance, especially later when we get to the bridge of it. It's an amazing performance by Jessica Lange.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys,
PRT's comment left on.
What?
Jude's karma for hit and run is torment of thinking she killed a kid when she didn't. Had she stopped, she would have felt better, but she wouldn't think she was a killer. And we don't find that out until later.
But Jude wouldn't have had any of the life that she had, because I think if she went and the girl was just injured, Jude would have continued on her ways.
So, she would have just been went on her merry
something, you guys.
Yeah, no, I just want to let them fish. Guys, I do need to head out. I got to start working on the next phase of dinner. So thank you all.
We'll send you the list.
We'll send you the category list, and you can vote
your picks
with us.
Oh yeah, send that to me. Awesome. And then I can be back tomorrow.
Of course.
Come every day.
Okay. And I won't be making dinner this time. I can actually sit down. I'll have my time plan better. So
okay.
All right.
Lovely to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
One other really quick thing that I want to remember, that when all this was going on, Jeb, the possessed dude, looked at her and said, "Talk to me about those red knickers. You're wearing them right now, because they show up later on."
Now, yep.
You don't actually get to hear him say it in this episode. That goes back and and they do it again later on.
No, I saw it.
He says it in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I literally like had 10 minutes to like cram it through before I came on. So that was like the things I picked up on.
I finished it 10 minutes before we came on.
So Jude's in there literally beating the hell out of him, and Timothy and the old priest and Zach I keep on Zach. Threads come in, and Threads is going to give him a shot. They're going to try and possess it. They got to get Jude out of there. Get Jude out of here. All chaos breaks loose. They give him the shot. They get the possessed. They're like, Satan, leave. Blah, blah, blah. And then he vomits right in Mary Eunice's face.
Yeah.
And Lily Rabe's facial expressions should have given her an Emmy, because it was like,
well, because I guarantee you it was a surprise.
It was.
I guarantee you Murphy set it up like that on purpose so he could get the reaction. You know what I mean?
Brilliant. Because she did that whole shock and all, just like, and then her eyes just changed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. I love Lily Rabe. I love her so much.
Well, and then as soon as she flew back. She fell back. That was when it happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the way she fell back.
And that's what ends up putting her in the infirmary for later.
And then we get, for that. So the kid dies. Poor Jeb's dead. You know, the Satan has used his body, and now he's dead. And they go out and tell the family. The family's crying and boohoo, and well, there you go.
Yeah.
Last kind of scene we get is Mary Eunice and Arden. Arden comes into the infirmary to see how Mary Eunice is doing, because remember, Mary Eunice is Arden's kind of little pet. He's a little girl and takes care of her, and sick, twisted relationship. And Mary Eunice is very submissive to him, and kind of looks at him like her grandfatherly kind of thing. Who knows? It's crazy. And
BRT said that the red knickers line gave 100% credibility to the possession idea because we saw the red undies earlier.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That because nobody caught the bloody face thing. If we would have known about the bloody face thing, we would have caught that too. But yeah,
there's just always little things. That's why we're going back.
Well, now we're like, okay, we didn't hear anything else about aliens. So maybe it's not aliens. Now we're like, oh, we're not hearing anything. You know, we are hearing a little, but not much more about this killer. Okay, maybe it's not the killer. And then that happens, and you think, oh, maybe that's what the season's about, is a possession in an asylum. And little did we know, it's all of them.
I remember feeling that. Is this about aliens? Is this about a crazy house? Is this about this crazy doctor? Is this about... Yeah, I remember going through that week by week with Asylum.
Right.
Because there was so much crammed into the season. It was amazing.
Oh, it's right. So Mary Eunice is lying on the bed. She's possessed at this point, and Lily Rabe.
Okay, so yes, I don't think we got. When she passed out, everyone, Jeb died, and the demon went into Mary Eunice, just like in The Exorcist.
Yeah, exactly.
When the priest is choking, and the Satan. So.
Yep.
So I just wanted to make that perfectly clear.
She's laying there possessed, and Lily Rabe, once again, she is giving Emmy performances, just laying in that bed. She's, with her little sultry kind of side. She's all kind of exposed and very, very un-Mary Eunice. She's now playing a new character.
Very innocent, but at the same time, like you said, very un-Mary Eunice.
Yeah,
it's so subtle. It's subtle enough for the people that know her in the room are not quite catching on. But it's enough for us as viewers to be like, whoa, this is, it is great. I love it.
Well, because at this point, the boy died and everything, and they think they exorcised the demon. They don't know the demon.
They don't know that it's in her.
They don't know.
They may not even know that it can do that. Who knows at this point? You know what I mean?
So
they just think that she fainted and they took her to the infirmary. That's all they think.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't buy Arden's game here. I don't know what. Because it's like we already know that Arden is this sinister, crazy,
fucking lunatic pervert
and murderer.
Yeah,
exactly. And she's she's presenting now a little bit of a kind of boom chicka bow bow with him, and he's
bow bow. Wait. I gotta hear that one more time. What was that?
Yeah. She's putting a little boom chicka bow bow on him. Just. And she's kind of exposed, and we don't know this of Mary Eunice before, and we're kind of like, oh,
she's trying to seduce him.
Yeah.
Well, we've only seen her in one other episode, though. To be honest, most people don't notice this because she's totally covered. It's just the way the camera angles are showing the fact that her butt is almost not done, or that he can see a certain way.
You can see her leg a little bit, and that's very, very much.
I think that is the natural comfort of this new possession of her.
Her power
Yes,
seemed
Mary,
almost evil.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, Mary.
But his reaction to this was he putting on an act for Mary Eunice, or did Mary Eunice make him uncomfortable?
No, she made him uncomfortable.
She made him uncomfortable.
I don't buy that from him.
No, because because he wants to have sex with her. He fantasizes, but he wants to be with her. That's the only woman he's ever truly wanted to actually have feelings for and have maybe a family and a life with, because she's pure and she's innocent.
And he wants her to stay that way.
That's what he likes. That's what he wants. That's why he gets mad at the nun. That's why he gets mad when, you know, she's not doing it right, or she's not wearing it right.
That he gets a hold of. Yeah, okay.
As soon as she acts like when before and earlier when he's like giving her the apple and she's like Eve in the garden, she doesn't know sin, she doesn't know anything.
And the apple, let's point out, the apple is prior possession.
Yeah, so she's this like wide-eyed kind of like, you know, innocent person, and when this is the first kind of glimmer, and she doesn't really even,
you know, it's almost, she's almost childlike innocent at first.
Absolutely, because she's so naive.
She's very meek and meager. And you know what? What if Arden had some sick attraction to her because she seemed innocent, but like childlike innocent?
Yeah,
she was with him to feed the creatures.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. She's the only one entrusted.
And she thinks it's okay because what he's doing is good work. See, she also like thinks what he's doing is honestly something good.
That's almost like a marital kind of bond.
No one else sees him like
they're
that.
sharing something very intimate through that, you know.
Yeah.
So that really, really links them.
Well, it's a secret, and there's something like you said, intimate about a secret, regardless of who it's with. Having a secret gives you a bond with someone.
Yep.
Exactly. And she's like, you know, oh, what about the creatures and who's going to take care of them? Almost like they're like his pets.
Sick fuck. Hate Arden.
So she has that kind of, she's like wide-eyed, but she's like a little twisted, like where she thinks it's okay he's doing that stuff. But the whole way that she is what he wants. That's what he wanted. So as soon as he sees her change even just a little bit, it gets him pissed.
Well, yeah, because he's lost control.
Like when he tells her to cover up at the end.
And that's why he really was blushing and upset when he saw her.
Yeah.
Right. But it wasn't the full outfit. It wasn't the habit, you know.
But I mean, she's totally dressed just like the Puritans, you know. You have to be like covered up to here.
What he calls it, a costume, almost like putting on a disguise.
One, her hair is down too, and that's a big thing. If you think in any, like obviously Muslim cultures and things like that too, but in Indian cultures, I believe. But that's a big thing, because remember when Jude's comes off the first time when the demon talks to her through the possession, and Father Timothy Howard takes her out.
Tells her to fix her habit.
She's like, her habit's off and her hair's out, and she's like, I'm so sorry, and she's quickly trying to fix her hair because like he saw her without her habit on and with her hair out, which is seen as like a seduction and an attraction. That's a biblical thing.
Because even there's a group of Jewish people, Hasidic Jews. Women have to wear wigs. They're not allowed to show their hair to anyone but their husband.
Right.
And I don't know if this goes back to the whole Samson and Delilah, Salome, you know, kind of thing. It just seemed as a sexual thing, and it's not supposed to be pure. It's supposed to be sexual because it's your hair.
Right.
But that's why nuns wear it like that. They don't even do that anymore, but that's why they used to.
Right.
Because it wants to make them look as unsexual as possible, as asexual as possible.
Right. Exactly.
All right. We have glossed over a big.
Well, wait. How does the episode end?
Huh?
How does it end? We didn't say how it ended.
How does it end? Because we're like all over the place, and
I know. Well, it's in this scene. Is this scene? I think is the end of the episode. Or do we go back to Leo? It's this scene.
No,
it ends with the caning.
We go back to Teresa and Leo. Exactly how episode 3 opens, because mine started and I stopped it. But yeah, Teresa and Leo going back to them is exactly what happens when 3 starts. That it opens with her.
The last scene was the one where he was getting caned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
where
see
Lana
it on his face.
Lana has to pick the cane.
Who?
Lana.
When they get punished for trying to escape because it keeps going back and forth.
Okay.
And all this has just happened. Jude goes to the infirmary, and then Mary Eunice goes to the infirmary, and Jude comes up to deal with the people that they found escaping, and that's when Kit takes the flashes.
During the possession, Satan made all the electricity in Briarcliff go crazy, and the whole thing went into this infrared kind of thing, and all the doors open, which didn't make no sense to me. Why would everything go into a red light? But it did. Everything went into like a bathhouse red light.
Well, because it's also 1964, and it could have been shoddy wiring. How old is this building? And just all this stuff.
You have to have a filter for it to go red.
Yeah, but it's TV. It's TV.
Cool. Yeah, it was a great effect. Because it was like everything about this episode was red. It was, you had the red panties, the red necklace, you had the red apple, you had the everything was about the
red is sexual.
No, the whole season. The whole season there's a theme of red.
Mm-hmm. Symbolism.
Red is sexy.
Exactly.
So then
red is also the cover of the devil.
And red is seductive. Red is seductive.
Mm-hmm. That's when
black, white, and red are considered the colors of the devil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We did gloss over something that's actually pretty important, though.
Yes.
In the beginning, with Wendy, even though nobody respects her, because who would make that kind of a decision? After she has all of her friends over, and the kids show up for the trick-or-treaters and everything, and she's doing that whole crying thing. All she says is, "I just need to, I need sleep. I need to take a shower." You notice the window is open.
Oh yeah, we totally did. We missed a big part, didn't we?
Over that.
No, somebody said.
We talked about the window.
Yeah,
we're talking about what happens because of the window, because we see that in this episode.
We don't know yet. Yeah, we haven't seen it.
No, we do though. We hear her. We don't see who it is.
We don't see who it is. We see the mask. We just don't know.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, okay. It was in the house.
Because he
comes to kidnap Wendy.
Yeah. But I didn't know we saw him in the house.
He said, "Please don't. I'm a teacher. My children need me."
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So.
Okay.
The kids won't understand. That's right. That's what she says. She says, "I'm a teacher. The kids won't understand."
She deserves what she gets. Bye.
Karma, man. Karma.
We needed to talk.
I don't know if she deserved to be turned into, teeth on a mask, but
in all fairness, there's a big conscience on her. There's a lot of guilt from her. I've been in that position. It's a lost position to be in, because you're committing felony. You're against the law, and it's a very scary place to be. And so she needs her job. She needs to continue to be able to support herself. Mm-hmm. She's under the pretense that Lana is at least alive and safe. That she thinks, and then the more she thinks about it, the more she questions the safety issue and is tore up about it. So what happened to the both in that whole situation was really screwed up.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like everything else in this season, it just gets morbid and more. And it's like, God, this season is
like
dark.
You said, everything else.
This season is heavy.
Nothing is safe.
This season for me, this is in my top 3.
Oh, mine too. It's my third favorite season. It used to be my first.
It's really good. It's just really heavy.
It's really dark, but it's really good.
This was my favorite season for a while, and then of course Freak Show replaced that. But then when Roanoke came out, that took second spot.
For me right now, my top 3 are the following.
You're on the even track.
No, I'm on the what is it? I like season 2, season 5, and season 9.
Oh, you're an oddball then. You're all over the map. I'm 2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
And 8 can fall off the planet.
So that's basically the end of the episode, right? I mean, we've wrapped it up.
And we are right at 4:04, so perfect timing.
Yeah, and again, it's like here we are only an hour and 40 minutes into the season.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels like the season's been going on a month now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a
Yes.
lot.
And it's funny because I've noticed obviously shows are different when you binge them versus watching them week to week. And since we're watching this pretty much week to week right now, it seems even longer and even heavier. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh
So,
God, some of these seasons are gonna be chore to get through.
Because we're only dissecting one episode at a time. And so it's like,
but it's fun to dissect one episode at a time because all these little things that we're picking up. Because like if I was binging it, I wouldn't have picked up like the stuff that about Bloody Face and the possession. Again, I would just gloss right over it.
yeah.
Very loves the Easter egg.
Okay, so one for today. I may actually stream from in there in the light up room tomorrow. I'll light it all up, streaming there.
that would be cool. You have to do that tomorrow.
If it's dark enough in the hallway tomorrow, if it's overcast and dark enough, I'll do it. Because it doesn't look good if it's light in the house. Okay, so in light of this episode, in the possession, I'm going to be doing a theme for all the ones for this season, and we're going to be doing all the Death Eater ones, the evil ones. So this is my favorite Death Eater one. This is there's no character. There's from the Death Eaters, and this is it's the Dark Mark.
Ooh, I like
that
one.
Is that someone's head?
Yeah, it's in Harry Potter when they summon the evil lord, they put a mark up in the sky and it's a skull.
Voldemort?
Yeah, Voldemort. It's a skull with a snake coming out of its mouth, and that's what
that's
He
who shall not be named.
Yeah. The trivia on Voldemort is that his name is pronounced Voldemort. There's no T.
There's no.
There is a T in the spelling.
There is a T. It's just silent.
It's silent. Yeah. And they made that error in the movies. All through all the movies, they called him Voldemort. And now in the Harry Potter,
I'm calling him that because that's what they call him. I would have thought that the T would have been silent, but they called him that.
Yeah, all those directors screwed that up, and then now in the Broadway show they've corrected that, and in the Broadway show they call him Voldemort. They don't call him Voldemort in the Broadway show.
See, I always thought it without the T.
Yeah, without the.
Yep. All right, so
we want to remind everybody about being here tomorrow.
Yeah, we haven't announced anything yet, so we'll do that tomorrow.
We have big.
You don't have homework. Nobody has homework tomorrow.
So everyone come, share the link, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog if you want to. But everybody come because we're going to have some important AHS news.
Yes.
They bring the corona. Huh? So no cats right now. They're in isolation. They bring the corona.
Well, that's why they can be here virtually.
Yeah, in isolation.
Mine's sitting there next to my foot. I'm sure Dawn might have one on her lap.
It stays inside. Don't let it out.
All right, guys. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with us. We will be back tomorrow. Everybody stay safe and wash
a big thanks to Mother Mary, our Supreme, for coming on with us.
Bye.
Oh, and guys, don't forget, Mary will be here tomorrow for our big AHS announcement.
Yes, she will.
All
right, everybody, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.
And
no.